KBO Breeze. What up, internet world? It's your boy Jermaine, back with another video. This video we are going to review the KBO Breeze. I've had this bike for about 2 weeks now, and so far in 2 weeks I've put 245 miles on this bike. So I thought this would be a great time to make a review video, because it's not like I've just unboxed the bike and I'm making a review video. No, I've rode it, I've spent quite a bit of time on it, and so far this is my favorite bike that I owned. Definitely gonna throw that out there, definitely gonna say this in this video. And KBO did send me this bike too. They did send me this bike to review, and I fell in love with it. Like, I love this bike. And let's just talk about it. Let's just dive right into it. So first off, I think one reason why I like this bike so much is because of the tires. I'm used to fat tire bikes. I have more than one fat tire bike in my bicycle collection. And with the fat tire bikes are great for running over, you know, big bumps in the city and stuff like that. And it's also great for train tracks, but it's kind of bad for battery. And it also it doesn't feel the same when you're pedaling a fat tire bike versus a regular you know, a regular size wheel. It feels so much like a real bike, like just pedaling a bike with, you know, normal wheels. That's one thing I really liked about this bike. Now, this bike also comes with the fenders on it, which I'd highly recommend if you are riding a bike in the city, especially if it's a commuter bike. If you're the type of cyclist where you're just riding your bike on the weekends, right? Maybe you don't need fenders because, you know, if it's raining, you're probably not gonna go out and ride your bike. But if you're a commuter, you know, you might go to work and then come home from work, and then it's raining when you come home from work, and you know, surprised. So I would definitely recommend having fenders. Also, you know, even in the city, it might just be a good idea, because even on a day that it's not raining, sometimes I'll go outside and like there'll be water in the streets, and like, you know, bam, you know, maybe I would get wet if I didn't have fenders, because, you know, the water would just fly up, and I'm not even expecting it, because I'm thinking like, oh, there's no rain in the forecast, but then I go outside and the streets are wet. So it comes with fenders, which is really cool. Something you know, throw out there. Another thing I really like about this bike that just works very well is this back rack here. Okay, so it just looks like a normal back rack, but you can also customize this and put a basket on the back. You can put like a milk crate. I see some people, they'll put like these like post office boxes, or you can just go on Amazon and just buy an actual crate, and you can just install it on the back, and you can you know, have a nice little cargo area. But one of my favorite features about this is it just works perfect for a U-lock. This is very important to me. It's very important that the bike has a place to like stash a lock, and this lock just happens to fit. It happens to fit like really good here. So I really like that, because it sucks when you have a bike and there's nowhere to put your lock. It's like, what are you gonna do with this like 6-pound lock if, you know, there's like nowhere for you to like easily like put it onto the bike, you know? Now, if I had a basket, I could put the lock in the basket. You know, that's definitely an option. But I don't plan on putting a basket on this bike, because I like the way it rides like without a basket. So I don't think I'll put a basket on it, but I have seen a couple of these in the city, and people will like put a basket on it. Or I see bikes like similar to this one, and then people just have, you know, baskets on the back. So once again, this rack is a huge plus. It gives you a ton of options, and you can have a bike lock attached to it. The seat, I really like the seat on this bike. I must say, this is one of the most comfortable seats on any of my bikes. I know a lot of people, they always point out the seats and they say, oh yeah, I don't like the seat, or that seat's very uncomfortable. I mean, I haven't had any problems with this seat. One thing I did change on this bike, you guys know when I get bikes, I don't like to change anything. I like to just like keep it stock, right? Just keep it like the way it came from the factory. Like, that's one, like on anything I have, I like to keep it like the way it came from the factory. But I had to change the quick release here. So when you first receive these, they have a quick release on them, so you can just like quickly pop it up and change the seat. I got rid of those because in the city, that's just a bad idea to have, because you have someone just walking down the street and they see that you got a quick release, and they'll just take your seat just because they're like, hey, I just found a free seat on this bike because they had a quick release, you know, and then they'll just walk up, take your seat, and just walk away. Now, they can still steal your seat, but here at least they need a tool, you know, or maybe 2 tools. So it just keeps your bike like a little bit safe. Yeah, but the seat's cool. Now the wheels I also switched out. The wheels also had quick release on the wheels. I switched out the quick release on the wheels because, once again, same reason with the seat. If you got quick release wheels, it makes it very easy for someone to walk by and, like, you know, take your wheel. So I switched to you know, these pin locks. I just got these off of Amazon. I think they're very, very inexpensive. I forget how much they were. I think they're like 20 bucks or something. But like, it just gives your front wheels a little bit more security. But the Allen key that it comes with, you have to keep it. Otherwise, I don't know how you're gonna get your wheel off. I'm pretty sure if you went to a bike shop, they probably have, you know, an Allen key that would work. But if you lose the Allen key, it won't be like the easiest thing to take off. The disc brakes. Let's talk about the brakes here. So the brakes, I'm actually a fan of the brakes. These are just the regular cable brakes, so you're not dealing with the oil brakes. Now the only difference with these brakes versus the oil brakes, you don't have to tighten the brakes. You don't have to manually tighten them. With these, you have to manually tighten them, which is totally fine with me. That just means that it's it's more things that I can fix easy versus, you know, taking it to a bike shop, because sometimes it can be a little tough taking an electric bike to some of the bike shops around. So I like to, you know, have a bike that I can work on all myself, and I kind of like the cable brakes. You know, I'm a huge fan of them. I definitely like the oil brakes too, but, you know, cable brakes, they work for me. Whenever you want to tighten these, you just go in here and like just tighten it in. You want to loosen them, you go out. It's pretty simple. But yeah, I like the brakes. The brakes are pretty chill on this bike. Another thing that is a huge game changer on this bike is the weight. Okay, this bike weighs about 62 pounds, and a lot of the fat tire bikes I have are in the range of, you know, 90 pounds to 80 pounds. So 62 pounds is a lot lighter, and it's just a whole lot easier to just walk around with. For example, when I am you know, getting on an elevator, every now and then when I'm getting on an elevator, I want to, you know, maybe I don't wheel the bike in, maybe I have to like pick it up from the back. And by the bike being lighter, it's just easier to pick it up from the back. It's just easier to move it around. And also when I'm inside, like, it's just easier to move around. I think with the bike, just like the shape of the bike, it I don't know, it just works. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it just works. Also, it comes with a kickstand. This is something that, you know, you must point out on electric bikes, because I've actually seen a lot of electric bikes that do not come with a kickstand. So that's pretty cool that it comes with a kickstand. I mean, I'm not gonna name this company, but there's a very, very popular bike company out there. They you know, they have very, very trendy bikes, have a lot of marketing behind them, but they charge extra for like literally everything, you know. And yeah, I totally get it. Maybe that particular bike that they have is a little bit cheaper, but, you know, I mean, come on, like, at least give me a kickstand. At least with KBO, you're getting the kickstand, you're getting a back rack, and you're getting fenders. You know, I mean, I like the fact that they give you a kickstand. I think every bike should come with a freaking kickstand. But anyway, KBO, they're gonna take care of you with the kickstand. It also has metal pedals, which is, I like metal pedals. I've had a couple bikes before with plastic pedals, and believe it or not, I mean, the plastic pedals have held up very well. Like, I'm very surprised, like, how good some of the plastic pedals have held up. But I would still rather have metal pedals. It's just something about having metal pedals. It just makes me feel like a little bit, I don't know, more comfortable with the bike. But yeah, I'm definitely not knocking plastic pedals, because I've put, you know, thousands of miles on plastic pedals, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm surprised I haven't, you know, changed these out because they haven't broken. So what else is cool about the bike? Okay, let's talk about some of these modes here, because there are a couple of modes here. So when we come here, we can fire this puppy up, and we see we have 1 assist, right? And when I first started to ride the bike, I thought that it went up to like 3 assists, but actually it goes up to like 4 and then 5. Like, I mistakenly found it, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. The battery, The battery's really, I mean, the battery works on it very, very good. I've been able to, I want to say I've been able to ride, you know, definitely close to 30 miles of range with no pedaling. Now, this is not on a normal day. This is on a day with, like, we had a couple days not too long ago that we didn't have a lot of wind. And on those days, I actually took out the bike and I want to see just how far I could get, you know, on it without charge. I got to around 30 miles. Now, on a windy day, believe me, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get as many miles because, you know, you're gonna have the wind pushing against you, and that's gonna just be using a lot more battery. And that's gonna be like on any bike. That's gonna be in a car. That's gonna be in an airplane. That's gonna be anything. When wind is gonna make you use more energy, like bottom line. But so far, it's been a very, 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 very chill bike. It feels like a normal bike. Like, it feels like a normal bike. I really like the sit on the bike. You know, every bike has a different way, like it feels when you're sitting on the bike. And this bike, I really like the sit on the bike. I actually have my seat up just a little bit taller than I actually should have it. But yeah, so far I like it. The handlebars are, the grips are really comfortable. One weird thing about this grip, I haven't figured out what's wrong with this grip because it's sort of twisting. I keep having to move it over. I think this has something to do with that. I don't know, I gotta figure it out. You also had gears on this one too. This has 7 speeds, 7 different speeds that you can go for here. You got Shimano components, and it's just really, really nice. It's really, really nice. There's an amazing bike trail in San Francisco where you have to take a bus to Treasure Island, and then from Treasure Island is in between East Bay and San Francisco. And there is a really awesome bike trail from Treasure Island going to the East Bay, and it's along the New Bay Bridge. And I've always wanted to take a bike like along this path, and I haven't been able to do that because, once again, you have to put your bike on the bus, and all my other bikes were fat tire bikes, and this bike, I can, you know, smaller tires, so I can put this one on the bus. So I can't wait to go explore when the weather's better. It's been really, really windy days lately. And the only reason I'm able to film this video outdoors is because this building is blocking the wind. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I just want to do a quick review video talking about the KBO here, talking about the bike. It's my favorite bike that I own. I love it. It feels like a bike. I mean, I can get out on it and just ride it just like a normal bike and just go with the flow, push it, you know, cruise through traffic. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and I'm digging it. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and peace out, yo.